Namaste, it's Michael David at a beautiful country park. Enjoy this lush greenery and the old schoolhouse up here. What a beauty. So, we're going to talk about work, the bread of life. On the metaphysical journey, I want you to get the most out of work and making money and having an incredible metaphysical experience at the same time, a real win win. So my first job was a paper route. I was 14 and I was enjoyed bike riding, so that was great. And there was someone watching me and saw that I did a good job and plucked me out and hired me to work in a jewelry store, which was indoors, just a better job. So my first message is that you're being watched at work. There's outside people from different jobs and industries that are watching you and may headhunt and offer you a better job. So always do your best. You never know who's watching. A customer could be a competitor checking you out. So always be aware of that. So I've had all kinds of jobs in my life. And you want to get a great environment where your talents and skills are being appreciated and you're using your talents and skills to your best ability. So that involves some meditation and some self work. And there's some good books called What Color is Your Parachute, where you really find out what type of person you are. Are you a loner? Do you like to work indoors on the computers? Do you like to be outdoors, playing sports, as like a PE teacher? We're all a different color of our parachute, and you need to figure out what makes you tick and the environment you're good at. Are you a science geek? Are you really an artistic person? Um, Kind of go through all of your abilities and be real honest with yourself. And then that helps you find a great career. So sometimes, everywhere I go, I see people working jobs that are miserable. And they say, "Hi, can I help you?" And they're so unhappy. And I life is too short for that, really. So if you are stuck in an unpleasant job, just remember that you're providing service. Even if you're doing dishes in a restaurant, you are doing something important because we all want clean dishes at a restaurant, period. So try to think of it that way. You are serving society and you're one of the good guys and you're paying your taxes. And that's all really important because that makes society run. Your taxes go for the roads, the bridges, the street lights. You're part of that. So you're on the good side. Good on you. And if you don't like it, being a dishwasher, let's say it's, negative toxic environment or whatever, then you only do it temporarily. You create this stepping stone about how you're going to get from point A to point B. You can get a life coach. Life coaches are really good to help you if you're stuck, get from one goal to another. Or you can do it yourself and just seek out smart people in the industry you want to join and take them to lunch and get counsel. And one way to break into an industry is to be a volunteer or an apprentice. Just work one day a week for free. Uh, like, for example, I live near a harbor. There's so many ways to get involved in the boating industry. You can volunteer to work on a boat, to crew a fishing vessel or tourist cruise vessel, and that's a foot in the door. If they see you're a hard worker, once again, that is a step up the ladder. You can, there's so many different opportunities, like I said, within the boating industry. If you know how to do rigging for sails, that's in very high demand to work on sailboats and do the rigging. Or if you can fix motors on boats or polish the teak wood and help people with making their boats look and run great, that's golden. And then within a couple years, you'll probably get a good deal on a boat, and then you can sail off into the sunset yourself and live your dreams and maybe start your own day tour boating, job or business. This is just one example because I live by the harbor, and um, many people have incredible lives in the boating industry. It's exciting and fun, and you're outdoors. And I'm just tossing that out as an example. And I work in the antique field. I love it. It's my passion. It's a joy. It's this huge treasure hunt. So I watch TV shows like Antiques Roadshow. I go to estate sales. I go to garage sales. I go to antique stores. I rent spaces in antique malls and sell them. I recently worked at an antique store. I'm always putting myself in that environment, and then great things happen. So get yourself in that environment. If you want to really do something big and kind of risky and bold, like be a movie star or a race car driver, you can set that plan in motion and go for your big dreams, but have a backup plan. Have a marketable skill that you have that you can make money as a fallback. For instance, you could be a massage therapist and make really big money doing just, like 5 massages a week. Or you can be a bartender and get great tips and just work nights, so your days are free. A lot of actors do that. Dustin Hoffman was a waiter for 10 years, and he auditioned during the day. He kept his days free, and sure enough, he got the big opportunity to be a movie star in The Graduate. And he walked through that door and never looked back. But I hope when he was a waiter, he was in the moment and just realizing, yeah, it wasn't his life's calling, but he's still there to serve people at the restaurant. And you want to bring smiles to people's faces. They want to have a great experience. So try to find your work or the bread of life in a situation where you are going to bring a smile to people's faces at the end of the day with your product or your service. If you're lost in some big company or corporation and you're just doing paperwork and you don't even know what the end goal is or what you're producing, then you may want to get out of it, and you may have to walk away from a big paycheck. Make sure your company's doing the right thing. Are they polluting streams or dumping toxic waste into the water? I mean, it has to be a great company because you're part of it. Your name is on it. And get yourself in a company that you really believe in, that does or makes great products, and you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel in the zone or in the pocket. And then, like I said, in this day and age, we can all have our own TV shows and networks, and we can all make music with computers. All the tools are there. Just go ahead and dream your dreams and live your life. And you may have to even move to the country or a smaller town where it's extremely cheaper to live, and you may ride a bicycle instead of a car just for a while because you want to keep your expenses down, or maybe live in a trailer, on a land that's a lot cheaper than paying rent in an apartment in the city. You may have to reorganize your life, and you may have to move, but that's all right. What matters is that you're following your passions and your dreams, and you're using your skills and talents to the best ability, and that product or skill, you give that and you serve the public, and that customer has a big smile on their face, and they're so happy and they're so overjoyed. And I want you to have that experience and that joy. And then they give you money, and the circle goes on and on and on, and it's this huge big win. And work is the bread of life, and I want you to enjoy this process and find your best opportunities out there. Namaste. I'm Michael David. My passions and gifts for my jewelry and antiques and my tarot and essential oils and my movies and is all on my site, mysteryislands.net. It's all there. I've put it all together. So please support my work and my passion. Michael David at mysteryislands.net. Namaste.